Have you ever been watching a game and seen a pitch that it just doesn't look possible? A pitch that seems to laugh in the face of gravity. Today, we're diving into exactly that, looking at two pitchers, Shohei Ohtani and Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who are making the best hitters on the planet look absolutely lost, all thanks to a pitch that seems to have a mind of its own.
And this right here, this quote really gets to the heart of it all. We're talking about professional hitters, guys who've spent their entire lives perfecting the art of hitting a baseball. And they are consistently, almost every single time, swinging right under the ball. This isn't just a random mistake. It's a pattern. It's an illusion that's bending the laws of physics right before their eyes.
So that's the million-dollar question, right? A baseball can't actually rise. It can't just decide to defy gravity and go up. So what in the world is going on? How are these guys creating this mind-bending hop that completely fools a batter's eyes and their swing? All right, let's break it down.
The answer, you'll be happy to know, isn't some kind of dark magic. It's physics. Pure, beautiful physics. It's a very specific aerodynamic principle that Ohtani and Yamamoto have mastered to a level we've rarely, if ever, seen before.
It all boils down to this, the Magnus Effect. Okay, stick with me. When you throw a ball with a ton of backspin, the air flowing under the ball gets pushed down, creating a high-pressure zone. Meanwhile, the air on top moves faster, creating a low-pressure zone. And what does high pressure do? It pushes up towards the low pressure. Now, this force isn't strong enough to make the ball actually rise, but, and this is the key, it's strong enough to fight gravity. So the ball drops way, way less than the batter's brain is screaming at them that it should. That's the hop. It's a ghost, an illusion created by a pitch that just refuses to fall like a normal pitch would.
So, just how big of a difference are we talking about here? It's about 15 centimeters. That's almost 6 inches of what feels like lift. Just picture this. You're trying to hit a target moving at incredible speed. And in the fraction of a second you have to react, that target ends up half a foot higher than you expected. You can see why even the best hitters end up swinging at air.
But pulling this off is incredibly difficult. You need a perfect combination of 3 things. First, you need insane velocity, just pure gas, to give gravity less time to do its work. Second, that speed can't fade. It has to stay hot all the way to the catcher's mitt. And third, here's the secret sauce, a ridiculous amount of backspin, which all comes from having a perfect, repeatable release point. Ohtani and Yamamoto? Yeah, they have all 3. So let's talk about our first case study here. And we gotta start with Shohei Ohtani, because his story isn't just about raw talent, it's about a kind of resilience that's almost superhuman. You really have to understand his injury history to get how wild this is. Most pitchers who get one Tommy John surgery are lucky to ever get back to who they were. 2 of them? That's almost always a career ender. But Ohtani? He didn't just come back. He came back throwing harder than ever, a blistering 164 kilometers per hour. It makes no sense based on everything we know about sports medicine. So how on earth did he pull it off? It all comes down to what people are calling the more mentality. During that long, grueling year and a half of rehab, he wasn't just thinking about getting healthy. His goal was to come back even stronger, even better than he was before he got hurt. That relentless mindset fueled his training, and the result is the absolute powerhouse we see on the mound today. And this didn't just lead to a faster fastball. Ohtani came back with an entire toolbox of wicked pitches. And the truly devastating part? They all look exactly the same coming out of his hand. Is it the hoppin' fastball, the sweeper, the splitter? The batter has to guess, and by the time they see the ball break, it's already too late. All right, now let's turn to the Dodgers' other ace, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Because if Ohtani is a story of physical power and rebirth, Yamamoto is the pitching equivalent of a grandmaster chess champion. He's a pure pitching mastermind. Now, he also has that unbelievable hopping fastball we've been talking about. But there's another pitch in his bag of tricks, one that has become his go-to, his signature, the one that just leaves batters shaking their heads on the way back to the dugout. It is his splitter, and this pitch is just pure, unadulterated evil. It travels towards the plate looking for all the world like his fastball, so the hitter has to commit to swinging. But right at that last second, just as the bat is coming through the zone, the floor completely drops out. The ball just dives into the dirt. It is a guaranteed swing and miss machine, even when hitters know it might be coming. But Yamamoto's greatness isn't just about one pitch. It's about his brain.
He's always thinking, always one step ahead. He's constantly mixing his pitches to keep hitters off balance. And, crucially, he learns. The second or third time you face him in a game, he's going to show you a completely different sequence. He figures out what's working best for him on any given day and then just leans on it. It's a masterful, strategic approach to pitching.
So what happens when you take these two once-in-a-generation talents, these two guys who are literally bending physics, and you put them on the same team? Well, you might just be looking at the start of something truly special. For years, the Los Angeles Dodgers have been known for their incredible lineup of hitters. If you had to point to a weakness, it was maybe sometimes their starting pitching. Well, by adding Ohtani and Yamamoto, they didn't just plug a hole. They built a fortress. Now they've got absolute top-tier talent on both offense and defense.
And that completely changes the conversation around this team. Winning a World Series isn't just a distant dream anymore. It's a very real, very possible goal. These two pitchers have the potential to anchor a rotation that can dominate all season long, and more importantly, deep into October.
Which really leaves us with just one final massive question. We've seen how Ohtani and Yamamoto are using science to create something that looks like magic on the mound. With both of them leading the same pitching staff, we have to ask, are we about to witness the birth of baseball's next great dynasty?